Welcome back. Summer has arrived, and with it the prospect of a well-earned holiday for you and your little ones. But as you all know, getting there can be a major nuisance when you're trying to keep them happy.
Oh, it's great crack, isn't it? So, here to tell us how to make travelling with children as painless as possible is parent coach Aoife Lee. Good morning to you,
Morning,
Aoife.
Aoife.
Morning.
As the read said, we love a holiday, we need a break, but Janie, Matt getting there can be tricky.
It's like moving house.
Oh.
Yeah, it is. We pack everything but the kitchen sink, as they
So
say.
these are little things and tips to make our lives easier on the journey.
Yeah, I think, there's the holiday in itself, obviously, but what often parents will anticipate is the journey. So particularly if it's a long flight, there's lots of families that travel by ferry now, train, and often we kind of stay at home, so there's the journeys in the car.
Of course, which can be the hardest, actually.
Yeah. But the
And
difference
2.5 hour drive in the car is great crack, isn't
Great
it?
crack. And, there's only so much of the screens you can use.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you kind of have to just mix it up a little bit, just to make everybody sane at the end of it.
Yeah, so you're not killing each other by the time you get there.
It can be stressful because when you're even on a flight, it can be just very
Well,
close
you mentioned
proximity.
a flight, Aoife.
Yeah.
Before you actually travel, there are a couple of things you can do beforehand.
Yeah. Well, when you're booking, look at your aisle seats. For majority of airlines, if the adult can pre-book their seat, there'll always be a child travelling with an adult.
Yeah.
But the aisle seats means you can kind of get up and down as you please.
It's a bit of freedom.
And, small children, they want to get up, they want to explore, and, expect the unexpected. Be prepared to do a lot of walking up and down the aisles. It's just one of those things. So.
Spare clothes, nappies.
Nappies, the nap time essentials,
Blankies,
whether it's blankie, Susie, scarfies we have in our house.
And that's just for me.
Silkies. But the other thing is for your destination to bring even the sheet that your child sleeps on.
Yeah.
Because they're all positive sleep associations if you want to have that nice transition. Your first aidy bits. Now, I don't have a medical background, but I know it's actually something that when kind of researching for this piece, Calpol now do sachets of 5 ml. So this whole 100 ml liquid thing.
Yes.
With the Calpol do the fast melts for the 6+, and then the little small sachets for the smaller kids.
So you could just bring a couple of these.
Yeah, and it's more so if you've got sore ears. I'm not necessarily encouraging it, but it's just handy to have in the bag, both on journey and destination. And then the likes of Boots do the travel bands for motion sickness and.
Do you find they work? Yeah.
What's the word? When you put the plaster on the cut and
Placebo.
Placebo
effect.
Yeah.
If anyone has I haven't used them myself, but I know that they are available.
Our viewers will let us know if they've used them.
2+.
Are they little bands you put on your wrist?
Yeah, and it's the whole idea is it's from an acupuncture point of view that it sits on the pulse.
Oh, very good. Okay.
And it's for any kind of a journey, but it's more for motion sickness and motion sickness.
Travel sickness.
Travel sickness, that's it.
Okay, so that's the medical
so
side.
that's the kind of the few bits.
Now treats.
Treats and snacks. You can't go wrong. Feeding the kids, if it means that it is you're drip feeding them snacks throughout a journey. Kids love bits and bobs. This particular range here is from Nom Nom, available online. They're a great reusable product where you can stick them in the dishwasher. You can pack all the favourite.
Oh, very good.
Dried
Bags,
fruits, crackers, your raw veg, and also great for when you go on the other end, wherever you're going, that you can wash them and refill.
So you buy these pouches on their own?
They come in packs.
Them.
Oh yes, yeah. You can fill them. So it's good for school. It's good for when you're going for a picnic out during the day. But they're handy. They're thin. They're convenient. I have them myself for my own kids, and they're great.
You see the way you have carrot sticks in those now? If I presented the carrot sticks on a plate or in a lunchbox, they go, I'm not eating carrots.
Yeah.
But actually, if they get them in something like that,
but
it
it's
becomes
also
more fun.
the bit of faff that comes with it. It'll pass another 15 minutes on the flight.
Yeah.
Get them down out of the bag, give them the packet, let them open it, they can have a look at the packet. It just passes a little bit more time.
A little bit more time. And that's the other one you mentioned about the bag. I think a good old traditional rucksack, when there's no fancy dancing sometimes with families, it means that you've got the bag on your back, and then when you go on the flight, you can stick it under the seat below, so you're not up and down off, on the storage.
And you've got a bit of luggage there as well.
Yes, my daughter allowed me bring
you
this in
borrowed
this
it.
morning.
Thank you.
I
What's
thought
her
that was
name?
just Simon's bag.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't let you
it's
have
from
mine.
here.
What's her name?
Katie.
Katie, thank you very much for
Yes.
letting us have a look at
Katie's
your bag.
Hello Kitty bag.
Hello Kitty. This is actually a couple of years old, but this is what we used to go to France one year. As you can see, it's the usual kind of
wheelie.
pulley along.
wheels, yeah.
It's when the kids are old enough to stick their snacks and their
Their
Bits and
iPads,
bobs.
bits and
whatever,
bobs and you know, their few bits, so that they have that kind of it's flexible and they're not as dependent on you to be
Yeah.
reaching for everything. For the really tiny tots, this is my niece's. Now,
Oh,
she allowed me borrow this, but this particular product, Little Life, they do all kinds of carriers, and this is a great little pack as well to keep, and they can put it on their back, and you've got the great little
Oh, yeah, so you can't
to
lose
keep hold
it.
of them.
Yeah.
To keep hold of them.
Mind you, it's all well and good with the baggage. It's you that ends up carrying them all anyway.
Well,
So
this
you
is
know,
it.
it is, yeah, yeah.
The little bit of independence,
Yeah.
but
So
and then
it-
the sling.
What's the sling now?
Sling
Oh,
is
that's
for the
baba.
babies.
Yeah.
Again, keeps hands free to do trolley or hold older
Catch the
kids.
other kids.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily recommending any type of sling,
Yeah.
but in general, there's lots out there.
It's
and
whatever works
it's
for
whatever
you.
works for you. Yeah, this
And
is a fabric
the
one.
size
There's
of the
ring
child
slings.
as well, isn't
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
So in terms of specifically travelling by plane, there are tips that you'd like to go through with us.
Yeah, so it's really just allow the kids be walking about the place and being up and down. You know, going to the loo, maybe, you know, the last thing you want is, I need to go for a wee, and they're preparing to land, belts on.
Yeah.
So try and encourage a toilet trip, you know, before you land. Bringing all these bits and bobs, activities and things for the kids to use. And often it's the never seen before items. Kids love novelty, it's distraction, and they love that bit of newness.
Yeah.
So I just brought a few things today, the books and the cards, and this is actually brilliant. My lads
What
love
is that,
this.
Aoife?
It's called Dobble, and it's different from your usual card game, and it's for the older kids. It's like a matching game, but I definitely recommend Smiths have it, and we love it in our house. And it's great for the dinner table when you're on the other side again.
Yeah.
Again, all of this stuff, you can have it when you're over and you're out and about that evening,
Yeah.
because it is quick to give the kids their tablets and phones, and I know that's the reality, but sometimes trying to mix it up a bit can be good.
Yeah.
And it saves, if you go down to the Euro shop and get a bag full of everything.
Yeah.
you
You're
know.
right, it's the new stuff, because if you take colouring books and stuff that they're familiar with, there's no great excitement to it.
And Lisa does that when we go for dinner at home.
Yeah,
She'll
that's
bring
it,
a little colouring book and a packet of crayons, and it's amazing to just do. Because you notice when you go to every restaurant now, practically,
They'll
come up
get
with something for the
paid.
kids.
Yeah.
But just in case they don't, it's
That's-
just that faff.
And it's something
to do,
new.
distraction.
It's something new, and
Yeah.
it'll buy you another 15 minutes, half an hour, but the kids love it.
And nap time. Let them have a nap.
Yeah, so if you're travelling by car and you're not really tied to any certain time on your arrival, try and time the naps so that you're actually in the car. Some
Yeah.
kids aren't amazing at sleeping in the car,
Yeah.
but if yours are,
Some of them flake out.
flake out.
Straight
And
away.
you could have a 2-hour stint where you're
Yeah.
having a peep in the back, well,
Yeah.
from the kids that
Happy
nap.
days. Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Audiobooks, that's an interesting one. Yeah.
Yeah, iTunes, you can get them on the traditional CD.
Yeah.
But iTunes, if you're able to kind of connect up to your car system, all the favourites like the Gruffalo, we
all
loved
there.
The Tiger Who Came to Tea.
Oh, yes.
And it's another brilliant way of keeping them occupied and engaged, and then throwing your own stuff in. I
And then the
remember
whole
when
family is involved in the story,
yeah,
which is nice.
and I remember growing up as well. My dad would be on long journeys, and Dad would be putting on all the songs, all their
Yeah.
stuff. So you kind of mix
Yeah.
it up a bit, you know.
You could have an El Sing song in
Have
the
an
car.
El Sing song, yeah.
Thank you, Eve, for some
I'm
great
having
tips
memories
there.
of my dad listening to the horse racing results.
Oh, yeah, the joys, yeah.
Oh, you were like
you,
very
Aoife.
lucky.
Oh, very lucky, absolutely, yes. Thank you, Aoife.
Thanks, lad.
Right, still to come, we have a Canadian sweet treat over in the kitchen. Anyone ever heard of Noyamo bars? Neither did we. We'll be sampling them soon, though.
And Irish singer Brian Gilligan, who wowed the audience on Britain's Got Talent, will be joining us later on for a chat as well. See you soon.